Hello, my duplicate cupcakes, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. So, I was trying to figure out really what I wanted to do here, and the answer to that question is there's a lot that we want to do. So, kind of the overarching theme here is we've unlocked this cold... overarching theme? No. The thing that we've done recently is we've unlocked this cold area, which is really good. It's got this natural gas geyser in here, also really good. Kind of annoying that there is this kind of warmer area in here, but we'll work with it. Now, the cool thing about this is it's also got the anti-entropy thermo nullifier. So, I mean, that's good because it basically neutralizes heat. I think it, I don't know exactly how much it drops, but that's good. So what I want to do is I actually want to create or build a natural gas generator up here somewhere so that we can start piping natural gas into that, which will then be, well, really good for everything. And it'll leak water, and then I can turn that water into pure water, which I can then use to, I think, probably pipe into an electrolyzer, which will create water. Will create oxygen and hydrogen. We can pump the oxygen into our base, use the hydrogen to do the anti-entropy thing, and then also, if we make enough, we can use that to create the hydrogen generator, which would be really good. So there's a lot of things that we can do. I've got my guys pretty much just cleaning up and taking care of kind of the normal stuff right now. I do want to start, oh right, and we had a lot of leakage. I completely forgot that things kind of waterfalled last time. But that's fine. So we are slowly still trying to create our different water areas and stuff, but I think if we could get that whole power system going here, it'd be really good. In fact, the faster the better, because we're going to be, this is eventually going to not be dormant anymore, so we're going to want that done soon. I just don't know exactly where we want to put it. So I'm going to start working on that, and I don't know, I'll tell you guys what I came up with, because hopefully it's going to be good. Okay, everybody's going to sleep, so let's check out the printables that we just got. We got copper ore. I'm going to go ahead and print that. That's going to be pretty useful. We also have a bunch of skills, I think, that we were gaining. I'm going to go ahead and give this guy plumbing, nails here. I'm going to go ahead and wait on, I'm going to wait for her. Also going to wait for Ellie. I think most of these folks I'm going to be waiting because our morale's kind of low at the moment. We're going to definitely be fixing that. I'm going to go and give her critter ranching. And because I want to start increasing our general, where's the decor overlay? So you can see kind of like bad down here, which makes sense because this is kind of the power area and everything about this is just terrible. But these areas up here, we could definitely start improving if we wanted to. And I think the bedrooms would probably be one of the best places to start. We do have, we have unlocked like a lot of stuff in here. So I found like the crown molding and stuff like that are really good. So we can put in granite, which gives decor plus 20%. Actually, I think that's probably the best that we've got. So let's actually do that with this little area here. We are having like a lot of people be idle because we're not doing anything at the moment, which is also okay. Let's actually, and I've also been digging out some of the stuff up here so we can make it easier for folks to get up here. Not having flooring is actually bad. So the flooring actually increases the duplicate run speed. So we want to start kind of unlocking some of that. Is our algae distiller can use some slime. Let's see. I want kind of trying to be systematic about my slime destruction and make sure that we don't accidentally give everybody slime lung. We're just gonna do that for right now. I did build in, where am I? Oh, here we are. I did build in the natural gas generator here. Yeah, we don't have any gas going in there at the moment, but I'm gonna be building in a gas pump here so that that can come out. I haven't quite figured everything else out here. We do have a lot of polluted stuff in here, so I still need them to clean up and take care of that. That seems like they're being extraordinarily slow. But we'll go ahead and finish. I'm going to continue working on this, but things are not falling apart yet. How are we doing with the... Okay, we still have like all of this down here. So we're not falling apart yet, but we're not doing great either. Okay, so let's start with what I'm working on up here. Creating a gas reservoir here, which will pump in the natural gas, and everything else will just come out down here for right now. I don't think that's the best place for it, but it's fine for now. I am also digging out some algae because we actually don't have enough. Other thing, let's see, we just got this. Let's go ahead and get some fertilizer. Everything else is going pretty well here. Oh, because we broke this down. That's why this is outside of the greenhouse. We're gonna put, one of the issues that I'm starting to see is there's quite a bit of heat being kind of pumped in this direction, which seems to be like a common problem. It's not bad actually, but I do want to actually put a wheezewort in, or I'm sorry, yeah, a wheezewort in here. So it'll just kind of help temper that a little bit until we get something better, because as of right now, we just straight up don't have that. Oh, I want to just deconstruct that. We don't even need it anymore. I am putting all water in here or here, depending on what we're doing. Okay, so that's been working on. So I'm trying to get this taken care of. We are gonna need some electricity to get this going, especially this little gas pump here, but we're just not there yet. So once all of this is built, oh, we got the gas reservoir done. I do want to start figuring out how to break into this without having the gas escape. Not really sure what the best bet is. Probably to break it in here and then close it off here so the gas can't escape. As long as I don't have to go in here, I don't think it's really gonna matter what we do. I'm hoping, and I'm thinking if we don't, I think if we put it up here, because this is pretty heavy compared to everything. I think this is pretty heavy compared to everything else. I have no idea how this works. Okay, so I completely screwed this entire thing up, which you can kind of see by the amount of orange that's floating about here. So I was kind of hoping that this would not just decide to seep everywhere, and I was completely wrong. It decided to seep everywhere, as you can kind of see. So we have a lot of gas that's like out here that doesn't need to be. We have a lot of gas in here that's not supposed to be in there. And now it's a challenge to get this back in to where it honestly belongs. So I've started to build this little pump here. We definitely need to power this up. We need to put this in like this. So we can get that going. The other thing that I totally screwed up was I actually put the output to the output, not to the input. Not sure how I screwed that one up, but I managed to do it. So, you know, that's just apparently how we roll around here. Now I want to, if I can, start pumping all of this in here. It's gonna be such a pain to get all of this in here. I already know that. I'm not extremely pleased with myself, but we're gonna make it work. If we can't get this natural gas, I'm hoping just to get this natural gas back inside as quickly as we possibly can. I don't know. Anyway, we have some new printables. I don't want any of this, so I'm just gonna reject it all. And I'm gonna try and fix this. I don't know, I'll be back. Okay, so I just wanted to pause here since this is the end of the cycle and I'm about ready to punch some of our duplicates. So I totally screwed up the ventilation system and actually had these two just have a circle essentially, which is exactly as bad as it was sounding because this kept getting like carbon dioxide and whatnot, which is currently sending through, and obviously that wasn't working. So there were like a ton of issues and it was breaking, and so I've got that started to be fixed. Which is why I've actually got this turned off. The other issue that's like really in here is you can kind of see that there's no oxygen. Yeah, that's a problem. So what I'm trying to do is get this back up and running. If we can do that, there we go. We can actually enable this again and actually get this working. Which if we do that, then the gas should start flowing and this should turn on automatically. Can you actually just turn that on? Can somebody turn this on? I would like somebody to turn this on. That would really get this going like right now. Okay, so the couple potential issues obviously, as you can kind of see, is just like the major oxygen lag. I want to get this analyzed if possible, but it is definitely struggling quite a bit. Now let me check to see what our gas layout is looking like. Okay, so this is looking good, but as you can see, the gas definitely does start escaping. So let's go ahead and turn this off because there's no gas outside, which is good. So we don't need this one running, which should free up a lot of energy. Oh, this is no longer dormant. As you may have noticed, it's now running. Now let's take the quick temperature. As you can see here, this is definitely emitting gas. Let's go ahead and cancel the analysis for now because I don't want people to get scolded with this, which is exactly what's gonna happen. Now, I don't think we need this right now. So I can go ahead and turn that off. In fact, I don't think anybody needs to be even remotely going in here. Who's suffocating? Why are you suffocating? Ugh. I don't even know what's going on with you guys. Okay, so it looks like the gas is in here, which is not exactly where I want it, but whatever. We're gonna go ahead and disable this, and we're just gonna, you know what, we're just gonna lock this for now. We should not need to get in here for a little bit. I don't, and this does not need to be running at all. So this should start creating energy. We should start getting water down here. We're gonna wanna come back in here eventually. I just don't. What are you guys doing? Lock that door and turn that off. Okay, so this is good. So this is all taken care of, and we've got a battery, so that's good. That's what we want. I was kind of hoping to get this taken care of before this so we could actually build a pump down here so we can start moving this water, but I don't care right now, and everyone, like the very fact that they were like fiddling with this stuff over here was really getting annoying. But there's a big issue with oxygen up here. As you can kind of see, there's no oxygen in this area. So we need to do something up here, preferably sooner than later. And the thing is, I cleaned up all of this water here because honestly, it was all polluted water, and people kept walking through it and getting, it was not good. Let's just put it that way. So we have cleared that out. So this is good. This is good. We're gonna want to eventually build a liquid pump up here and then pump that water into a water sieve, which would give us fresh water because this is not, all this water is just good. And then we can use this electricity for whatever else we need to do up here. And this, I think it's showing as piped blocked, but that's because there's just so much going in there. We're probably gonna want another one of those eventually up here. Of course, this polluted water up here is a issue. We're gonna wanna drain that as well. And then we're gonna use, I think we're gonna use this water to start creating oxygen, which would be really useful down here, or in here in general, since we don't have any oxygen. But honestly, I'm really kind of pleased with this so far. So no complaints. Kind of just doing some basic creation of our base. Basic creation of our base. Yeah, that works. Kind of building things up. I need to continue. I do need to get a little bit. How much copper ore do I have? We have quite a bit. We have a lot of gold. We need to do some mining and just kind of do some exploring. There is this whole area over here that I have not gotten into. There's like all of this stuff down here that I haven't gotten into. So I think it'd be totally worth just do a little bit more exploring. I need to figure out, look at all of this polluted oxygen. You guys see this? It's because there is a morb in here, and these guys love polluted stuff, and they actually emit polluted water, which is just great. Absolutely great. So I think I'm just gonna continue on with this a little bit. We do have, actually we're doing pretty well in here with just having a lot of oxygen, which is good. So I think what I do want to do though, I think our algae distiller can be used, so we want to start working on that. I also think since this is active, I need to figure out how to get in here eventually and put this like a pump in here so we can start getting some water. I think I want to send the water down here somewhere. That is a little dangerous because it is like freaking cold in here. So maybe actually we want to come over here and dig this out for water. I don't even know if I want to do that. I don't even know if I want to go in here right now because I'm just so frustrated with the whole gas issue. Like, oh my gosh, that was getting so annoying. But everything's working, so I don't really care too much. And I think the next thing really is to start kind of leveling some of this stuff out, getting some, you know, proper floors and whatnot in. So I'm gonna start working on that, and I will be back after the cut. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, so kind of cleaning up this area, as you can see. We've been doing that, but we got some new printables, which is what I wanted to show off. I'm just gonna grab the dirt. Don't really, I know we need one more person, but I just haven't wanted to get there. What are they doing in water is my question. They must be coming down here. I honestly don't know. It's driving me crazy. We have so many storage bins, guys. Look at this. I don't even know what's in all of them at this point, but I'm sure it's fabulous. But I wanted to get, so you can kind of see we have a lot of dirty oxygen up here, so I'm trying to get that cleaned up at least partly with some deodorizers, because we have a lot of polluted water from, I mean, in general, we have a lot of polluted water that I want to take care of. Are you seeing anything new up here? We have all of these areas with salt and whatnot, and salt water. Salt water can be turned into water and salt, surprisingly, which would be really useful. And this is looking pretty good here. So this creates, let me show this. This does create carbon dioxide, which I am pumping right out. I think I want to pump that down here because yeah, we do have our carbon skimmer down here. And yeah, obviously carbon dioxide I think is one of the heaviest gases, so it just sinks, which is why this is full. Do want to take care of that if we can. We do have some chlorine in here. Where is that seeping out of? That's weird. But we do have a lot of carbon dioxide kind of sitting in certain places. We do want to start piping that out if we can, but I'm not in a hurry, in all honesty. Can I really not reach that? Maybe I should put a new battery in here as well. Make sure we've got plenty of juice just in case things happen. Doing pretty well with our food, but this is colorful. This is looking pretty good. I want to continue working on this. How are we doing with our... Okay, we need more slime. So I'm going to start digging up a little bit more slime so we can continue building all of this out this direction. I'm not sure what to do with this. You can't destroy these. So I guess I build around them? Build through them? I don't know. Actually, the great news here is we've got a lot of people that are idle kind of consistently. That's actually not a bad sign because that means that things are automated and don't need to be taken care of, which I'm pretty excited about actually. So I'm gonna have somebody start working on some suits here so that we can get the rest of our guys dressed and let everybody else do some cleanup, which like I said, that's not a bad thing. That's actually really good that they aren't stressing out and like running around like crazy people. Algae distiller is good. It says resources low, which that is fine because I mean we are not short on slime even in the least. This looks like it's working pretty well. We don't have it's not a ton of natural gas in here. It is currently idle. That's good. And I think the temperature is actually keeping pretty cool in here, which is also good news for us. So this is filling up. We're gonna definitely need to figure out an even better way to store gas. I need to get rid of this, I think is the big thing up there. So I'm just gonna keep working, but I wanted to kind of show off that things are, the whole idle thing isn't a bad thing right now. This is probably as good a time as ever to show the absolute chaos that just started happening. Some of the ice is melting over here. Let me show that. It must be the ice. I'm guessing it's ice. I have no idea what just happened over here, but we have this big ol'... Well, that was a mess. It kind of gross, polluted water stuff that just totally took over everything. We also just got some new printables. I'm gonna go with the Oxlite. And we got a new achievement here, which, if it pops up, 8 duplicates wear non-default clothing simultaneously. So as of right now, everybody is wearing a snazzy suit. I have everybody equipped with one, so as you can see here, snazzy suit. And also, if I go into the decor, you can see that everybody, as they move around, their decor improves kind of consistently. That's because everyone's wearing a snazzy suit. Did that on purpose, wanted everybody to be a little bit happier, which I think is working. This is working great. Our gas reservoir is full, which is a problem, but honestly, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. This is still creating energy, and there's water being formed, which is one thing that I do actually want to keep happening. We've been working on this and getting this kind of cleaned up. I want this area to actually be something we can walk through, so we don't have to do this, whatever this is. It is taking a little bit of time to get through all of the slime, because I want to make sure that we don't totally ruin everybody's day by having slime lung everywhere. I'm also trying to keep these thimble reeds going because they're growing, so why would I disturb them, in all honesty? Probably want to move them eventually. Ooh, this is fun. I have no idea why there's water everywhere. Why is there water everywhere? What occurred? I'm so confused sometimes with like when water suddenly starts leaking out of things. I don't know what causes it, and it really kind of bothers me. But it appears to have happened, so we'll get all that cleaned up. This looks like it's cleaned up. We do now have polluted water, but that's just something we're dealing with, I guess. I did I closed this area off because I'm going to be making this into kind of wherever we put just clean and polluted water. I'm going to make this kind of like a central location for that. I think that will work. I don't know. I tend to try and make a central location that we put certain things, and then so like we could pump, for example, this out as my game saves and freezes. I could pump this out, and then it's kind of out of the way so we don't have to deal with it. This is becoming an issue. You can kind of see how full this is getting. Eventually it'll stop doing its natural gas thing, which would probably not be a bad idea. Temperature wise, it's not terribly warm in here, but you can see that the natural gas geyser is at 210 degrees, so it will warm up. That is one reason why I wanted to get this going. I don't know. I'm kind of debating on where I want this water to eventually go. I'm kind of thinking maybe we want to put it down here, have it pumped down into a water sieve down here. That way it's still in like a relatively warm area, but it's not, so that way it doesn't freeze over, which will actually happen if you're not careful. That is one thing I have noticed. I did destroy our storage bins that were right here. Don't want those there. Kind of would like them to be in here, which is now just completely and utterly storage. It's so much storage, and it's so negative in there. We've been upgrading these rooms, adding crown molding, so things are looking pretty good there. Really, we just had kind of the minor setback that if we ever have to go in here anytime soon, which we probably should, this is going to be an absolute wreck, I have to say. As soon as I open up this door, that gas is just going to escape. So I guess I probably want to turn this one on when I go in there, so I can at least pump any gas that's trying to escape back in. Hopefully it won't happen. I think this doesn't warrant enough. There's not enough water in here yet to warrant panicking. I do think I might want to build over all of this to get this out of here so I can build another gas reservoir right here. Eventually this will hit overpressured, which basically means it can't work anymore. So I mean, it makes no sense to not try and store the gas. That way we can have access to it. At least I think that would be worth it. Okay, we can have more space for our microbe musher, or for our algae distiller, so I'm going to break down some extra slime here so we can continue that. I have no idea how long this episode is going to be. I've been recording for an hour and a half, and things seem to be going pretty slow, mostly because a lot of this is just cleanup, making food so we obviously survive, taking care of little things. I want to get in here and get this copper ore, trying to, you know, get everybody where they need to be. It has been kind of slow going because just getting places takes a little bit of time. As you can kind of see, the long commutes is an issue. It's quite a bit of travel time. So we want to make sure that eventually we get that cleaned up, because we're not working half the time. In fact, I think we're only working about a quarter of the time. So we want to get that cleaned up if we can. This is the whole reason why I'm trying to break these down. It's just taking a while. So I'm going to continue working on that for a little bit, and I don't know. I'll be right back. Okay, with new principles kind of ready here, let's take a quick look at those before we move on. I'm taking the ice. Not that we really need it right now. Let's take a look, a really quick look at what I've done. I'm kind of excited about this. So I had a big thing of water here. I have opened this up so it's no longer kind of going down there. I'm gonna get this cleaned up and it's pumped down here. So we should have plenty of water at this point through here. Been cleaning up through here, so you can kind of see that I can now get over into this area. That should make it a little bit easier to actually get up here so we can do stuff better and more often, which is kind of the whole thing. Now, one of the biggest issues right now, because I opened that up, it just, see how much polluted oxygen is up here? That is insane. So trying to pump that out using some deodorizers. There's the one down here that's working overtime. I had to put one here, and also put one up here so we can kind of get that under control. I am hoping. It's not really escaping into my main base too much, but it's really not great. There's some polluted water down here too that we do need to filter out as well to make this any better, but it's working. Like we're doing pretty well here. We also do not need any more suits right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and disable our loom. I will probably want to create some cool vests and warm sweaters so that people can come up here and change into a warm sweater and not, you know, freeze to death. This is, you know, looking pretty good. We have a lot of natural gas in here because this is doing its thing still. I think they're usually active for, I don't know, at least a few dozen cycles. They're pretty active, so we're definitely gonna want to get in here sooner than later to start building like another gas reservoir somewhere. I just don't know the best location for that. What I might do is want to tunnel up through here and have this drip down. It'll probably go everywhere, but it will also go down here because this is open. And if that's the case, then that'll clear out and we can just put another gas reservoir here and, you know, just have that piped together. So that would, I think that would work quite well if I'm not mistaken. So things are looking pretty good and pretty clean in clean, as I say that, as all of the polluted oxygen is everywhere. This is awful. But I kind of knew that when I opened this up that was going to be pretty bad. And I knew this was going to take a little bit of time to clean up, but you can kind of see what's happening. It's cleaning up pretty quick and no complaints there. We are going to have a water issue here because this is generating water as well. I don't think it takes water. No, it just produces water. So we have to figure out something to do with this water, but it's not full yet, so I'm not panicking. Which, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Maybe I should be panicking. I need to clean some of this stuff up too, but we're just not there yet. Also, we've moved a lot of our stuff up here, so our base should be fairly clean when it comes to, you know, your basic debris. Nope, that should all be put away. We do have some slime lung kind of randomly places, and looks like they're cleaning that up. Yep, it's all through here. I bet that is on pretty much everything, so we need to have some folks cleaning that up. But oh, and you can kind of see here slime lung everywhere in here, which I actually knew was going to be an issue. But that's the whole point of getting the deodorizers in here and kind of getting that all cleaned up. And things are slowly cleaning up, so hopefully we won't have anybody get too sick. I don't know if they will or not, but we'll take our time, figure it out, and I'm hoping this episode is a full episode because honestly, at the rate I've been working, it's a lot of just cleanup and trial and error and stuff like that at this point. So, I don't know, we've got this. I think it looks like it's working pretty well, so we just need to expand upon this so we can, I want to have enough natural gas backed up so we can use it and then use the water that it's generated and that sort of thing, because that's would be really useful. Actually, maybe I should put a pump in here first before breaking into this and find a place to pump that out. I'll do that next time, and I will see you guys then.